Welcome back to Movie Overview. Today's movie is a horror, thriller movie called The Uninvited. Our movie begins at a campfire where we see Anna and Matthew kissing. She tells Matthew she is gonna go home and begins walking away. She walks past her sister Alex, who tries to convince her to stay, but Anna doesn't listen. She begins walking through the woods and stumbles upon 3 trash bags. She opens it and discovers a dead body. The body turns its head, scaring Anna. She runs all the way home and makes her way to her boathouse. We meet Anna's mom, who is extremely sick. It is revealed to us that since her mom got sick, she's wanted to stay in the boathouse. She goes inside and finds a door, with blood leaking out of the keyhole. A lantern is shown falling on the floor, with the boathouse completely exploding. Anna is seen talking to Dr. Silberling. They begin talking about her dreams and Anna reveals that she believes her mom is trying to tell her something. The doctor begins questioning her about the night of the accident, but she says she cannot remember. The doctor tells her she needs to go back to her home and finish what she started. Anna is seen running to her room and starts packing her things. She turns around and comes face to face with another patient who tells her that the doctor hasn't fixed her. She runs outside to her dad Stephen. After greeting each other, they get into his car and begin to drive. He gives her a copy of his published book with hers and Alex's name in it. He then gives her a can of cookies, telling her that his new girlfriend Rachel made them, causing Anna to stop eating. They pull up to their house and Anna goes inside, running upstairs. She runs into her old room and lays on her bed. She sees someone swimming and changes into suitable clothes to go swim. On her way out, she runs into Rachel, who tries to make small talk. Anna makes her way outside and sees that they rebuilt the boathouse. She peeks in and sees a vision of her dead mother. Alex comes in, surprising her. Alex reveals that Rachel was their mother's nurse. She helped her dad with the funeral and ended up becoming his girlfriend. Alex tells her she wrote multiple letters to Anna, but she says she never got them. Anna explains that maybe her doctor didn't let her get them. Alex storms off to her dad scolding him because he was the one who didn't send her letters. Alex takes off and Anna makes her way inside. Rachel is seen cooking and Anna makes her way into the kitchen. They hug and Rachel says she wants to make their relationship work. Anna asks about an old chalkboard that used to be on the wall, and Rachel says it's in the attic. Anna leaves and goes into the attic. Anna finds the chalkboard, along with a box that had her mother's old bell. She finds old family photos and comes across one with Rachel in the background. The photos show Rachel standing right beside her mother. That night, Anna is in her room and she hears her dad and Rachel making love. She puts on earbuds and falls asleep. Later that night, Anna hears a bell ringing, causing her to wake up. Something is seen walking outside her door. Her door begins to open and Anna turns over, pretending to be asleep. She peeks over and sees a woman-like figure crawling. A hand reaches up on her bed and she suddenly wakes up. Alex is in her room, causing her to lighten up a bit. Alex snatches the bell saying she hates it. Alex reveals Rachel bought the bell from a pet store and tied it up on their mom's wrist. She thinks she did it so they'd know when the mom was coming, so they couldn't get caught. Alex leaves the room, leaving Anna to stare at the bell. The next day, Anna hangs up the chalkboard as Rachel walks in. Rachel has a creepy conversation with Anna, calling her strong and quiet. She says she's happy that she's back, and hopes she can stay. Alex and Anna walk outside to the boathouse and go for a swim. Matthew is seen in a boat, causing Alex to leave so Anna can talk to him. Matthew tells her how happy he is that she's back home. Matthew begins to say how he was worried, that he followed her home the night of the accident and saw what happened. Rachel suddenly shows up and cuts into their conversation. The family begins watching TV and Anna observes how Rachel and her dad are cuddled up. Anna leaves and goes upstairs. She sees a shadow underneath a door. She opens it and peeks in, entering her father's office. She hears a bell coming from the boathouse. She goes outside and debates if she should go in. She makes her way to the door and peeks inside. She sees her mother's body on the floor and it starts to get up. Her mother points outside and screams murder. Alex enters and asks her if she's okay. Anna tells Alex that she's seen her mom and that her mom is trying to tell her that her death wasn't an accident. The next day, Alex and Anna are seen spying and talking. While bathing, they speak about how everything coincidentally lined up. Suddenly, Rachel knocks on the door and asks if either of them would like to go to the store with her. Alex volunteers Anna, saying she can try to talk to Matthew about what he was going to tell her. Alex says she will dig for evidence while they're gone. Rachel and Anna are seen driving and Anna asks what happened to her mom's car. Rachel tells her they sold it for something more fun. Rachel and Anna are seen chatting about her job as a caretaker. Rachel says that it was hard. She says the only thing that kept her going was her telling herself that her patients would be dead soon. While she said that, a bell rang and she's seen a vision of the child she's seen in the woods. Anna spots Matthew and follows him to the back of the store to talk to him. Anna questions Matthew and Rachel is seen standing behind them. She tells Matthew not to make food deliveries to the house anymore. They arrive at the house and Anna makes her way upstairs. She goes to Rachel's room and calls for Alex, but gets no response. She opens a door and they scare each other. They go through Rachel's thing and find that she has tranquilizing medicine. That night, Anna and Alex make their way to meet with Matthew. When they arrive, he isn't there. They sit down, waiting for him to show up. Matthew never showed, causing them to go back inside. Anna is seen having a dream about all the visions she's had, causing her to wake up. She wakes up to Matthew sneaking into her room. He said he wanted to talk to her, but he didn't want to wake her parents. Anna sees that he is soaking wet and they begin to kiss. Anna touches his back and feels that his spine is broken. He falls to the ground and his body begins to distort. Anna runs out of the room and slams the door. After a few seconds, she builds up the courage and opens the door to an empty room. She looks outside and sees a helicopter and a dive team picking up Matthew's dead body. Anna is shown trying to tell her dad, but Rachel keeps interrupting. Anna is seen crying and Alex comes to check up on her. Anna begins telling Alex how Matthew showed up. At first, Alex doesn't believe her, not until Anna shows the finger marks on her arms. Alex believes her and says that they need to find out who Rachel truly is. Alex and Anna are seen calling her previous employers. Anna walks in and talks to Rachel while she's doing makeup. Rachel puts a pearl necklace on Anna. She begins to question Rachel, accusing that it's not even her real name. Rachel gets irritated and reveals that her and her father talked about sending her back to the doctor. Rachel tells her she won't allow her to take everything away from her. Alex and Anna are seen talking, and decide to go to the police the next day. Her dad talks to her saying she looks beautiful and asks Anna to give Rachel a hand with the party. Rachel tells her to open the oven and Rachel gruesomely stabs a piece of meat. Rachel tells Anna to take out the trash. While she's about to lift up the bag, it starts moving. She opens the trash and starts digging through it. A can falls out and rolls under the oven. Anna begins to clean the mess, but starts hearing the can moving and looks under the oven. She sees a vision of her, the little girl, telling her that she is next. Full of fear, Anna falls back, knocking the meat down. Rachel walks in and starts yelling. Her dad angrily tells her to go to her room. That night, Anna is seen trying to convince her dad that she's lying. Stephen is seen defending Rachel and accuses Anna of tearing the family apart. He says he is going to talk to her doctor when Anna notices he isn't wearing his wedding ring. He reveals that he is going to marry Rachel and leaves the room. The next day, Stephen is seen leaving on a business trip to New York. The group is seen attending Matthew's funeral. Anna sees a vision of the little girl and begins following her. The girl is seen holding the hands of two other boys. Anna continues to follow them but they disappear. Anna falls into a grave and comes across 3 headstones with the name of Wright. They search it up and find out that 3 kids have been sedated and then killed. The article reveals that the nanny developed a romantic relationship after the father's wife died in a car accident. A picture is shown of the wife with pearls, the same pearls that Rachel wears. They see the name Mildred Kemp as the killer and assume that it's Rachel's real name. Rachel is seen listening behind a door. The sisters try to get into Rachel's room to get the pearls. Their plan is to take it to the police as evidence. Alex climbs out a window and tells Anna to get the keys to the room. While downstairs, Anna hears a noise. She makes her way upstairs and the bedroom is unlocked. She walks into the room and Rachel is waiting with the pearls in her hands. She tries to get Anna to take the pearls. When she reaches for them, she tries to sedate her. Anna grabs a bottle of perfume and hits her across the head. Anna grabs the pearls and runs out. She runs into Alex's room and finds Alex falling asleep. Rachel had already sedated her. Alex tells her she must take the pearls to the police. Anna leaves out the window and gets into a car. Rachel is seen trying to open the door, but Anna drives off. Anna arrives at the police station and tries to convince the officer. The officer takes the pearl necklace and leaves Anna in the station. Anna wakes and sees her mom standing in front of her. The image of her mom slowly transforms into Rachel. She is seen sedating Anna while the police officer holds her down. Rachel is seen carrying Anna up the stairs. Rachel begins stripping Anna of her clothes while she's defenseless. Anna sees a knife and tries reaching for it, but Rachel stops her. Anna sees Alex behind Rachel, slowly creeping up on her. Rachel puts a piece of clothing on Anna and she blacks out. Anna wakes up in the white dress and sees an open door. There's a streak of blood that goes all the way outside. Anna follows it to a box and opens it. She finds a black trash bag inside. She opens it and finds Rachel's dead body. Alex is seen bloody and holding a knife. Their dad pulls up and they try to convince him about Rachel. Stephen starts telling Anna that Alex died in the fire a year ago. Alex then disappears and Anna sees herself covered in blood with a knife. Anna then sees a vision of her the day of the accident. She comes home and sees her dad and Rachel having sex through a keyhole. Anna takes a lantern and fills up a bucket of gas from the tank. Anna is seen talking to Alex, but she leaves, slamming the door. This causes a lantern to fall, igniting the fuel that had leaked out the tank. Anna is seen laying down. We see that Alex was never really there. Anna is seen pushing Matthew off a cliff, which caused him to break his back and die. We are also shown that when Anna thought she was sedated, she grabbed a knife and hid it under her leg while Rachel got her clothes. The police enters and talks to Stephen. The officer says that Rachel has a different name on her ID than her passport. Stephen tells the officer that Rachel changed her name 3 years ago because she had a boyfriend that used to beat her up. The officer tells Stephen that he doesn't understand how Anna came up with the story, or the name Mildred Kemp. Anna is seen going back to the mental hospital. Her doctor walks in and sees her cutting Rachel's face out of a picture. He welcomed her back and Anna tells the doctor that she did what he asked. When he questions her, she replied with finishing what she started. Our movie ends with Anna talking to the patient that she talked to before she left. She welcomes Anna back and is seen with a pearl necklace. She closes her door, revealing her name is Mildred Kemp. Thank you for watching, we hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for more bangers.